Scheiß DFB.
Scheiß DFB!
Fuck the German Football Association. These three words echo through German stadiums every single week, chanted by tens of thousands, painted on banners 50 meters wide. A war cry that has defined German football culture for over 2 decades. But this isn't just about 3 words. This is the story of the biggest conflict in European football, a battle between tradition and commerce, between passion and profit, between the soul of the game and those who tried to sell it. This is the story of how German ultras declared war on their own federation. To understand this war, we need to go back to the early 2000s. German football was changing, fast. The 2006 World Cup was coming. Stadiums were being modernized. Television contracts were exploding. Football was becoming big business. And the DFB, the German Football Association, was at the center of it all. But there was a problem. The ultras, the hardcore supporters who created the atmosphere, who lived and breathed their clubs, they weren't part of this new vision. By 2005, pyrotechnic bans were being enforced harder than ever. Kickoff times were moved to suit TV schedules, not fans who had to travel. Ticket prices were rising. Then came 2006, the World Cup. Germany presented itself as a fan-friendly nation, the summer fairy tale. The DFB paraded fan culture to the world. But behind the scenes, they were cracking down on the very fans who created that culture. The hypocrisy was obvious, and the ultras noticed. 2008. The DFB and police authorities created something new, the Gewalttäter Sport database. Thousands of fans were registered, labeled as hooligans, given travel restrictions, stadium bans without trial, forced to report to police stations during away matches. Your crime? Often just being in the ultra scene. But the real breaking point came in 2011. RB Leipzig, a club created by an energy drink company. They circumvented the sacred 50+1 rule, the rule that said fans must have majority control of their clubs. The message was clear. Money talks, tradition doesn't. And then came 2012. September 2012. Ultras across Germany launched something unprecedented. 12-12. Kein Fußball ohne uns. The plan was simple but powerful. In the 12th minute of matches across all leagues, Bundesliga, 2nd Division, 3rd Division, thousands of fans would go silent for exactly 12 minutes. No chanting, no singing, no atmosphere. Some stadiums went further. Fans didn't even enter until the 20th minute. Entire curves stood empty. Banners appeared everywhere. Football belongs to the fans, against repression and commerce. This wasn't just one club. This was Frankfurt, Dortmund, Hamburg, Berlin, Munich, Cologne. Cities across the entire country, perfectly synchronized. The football world had never seen anything like it. And the DFB? They ignored it. The protests continued through December 2012, into 2013. Boycotts of away matches, silent protests, empty curves. The message was being sent. But nobody was listening. 2015. The Ultras organized like never before. Cross-club alliances, united fronts, the pro-fans campaign. The choreographies became more defiant, more creative, more powerful. Frankfurt, 12,000 voices, one message against the DFB. Dortmund, the famous yellow wall, 25,000 fans, silent for an entire match. St. Pauli, flares lit deliberately, in solidarity, accepting the punishment. Games were interrupted. Referees waited as banners were removed. The football world was watching. The DFB's answer? Harsher security measures, higher fines, A new security task force. Dialogue with fans? Refused. The war was official. The battles didn't stop. Monday night matches. Friday kickoffs at 6:30 p.m. Impossible for traveling fans. Profit over people. Every single time. 2020. The Hopp affair. When ultras targeted Hoffenheim's billionaire owner with controversial banners, the DFB imposed collective punishments on all fan scenes across Germany. Players literally stopped playing, passing the ball to each other in protest of the chaos. Then COVID hit. Ghost games, empty stadiums. Even the players couldn't believe what was happening. Suddenly everyone realized football is nothing without fans. But once fans returned, the DFB went right back to the same policies. Today, the conflict continues. Other countries, Switzerland, Denmark, they've legalized controlled pyrotechnics. They've found ways to work with ultra-culture. The DFB still refuses. The chant still echoes every weekend.
Scheiß DFB! Scheiß DFB!
So what is this really about? This isn't about hooliganism. This isn't about violence. This is about the soul of football. It's about fans who believe their clubs belong to them. Not to corporations, not to television schedules, not to billionaires. It's about people who create the atmosphere that makes football special, who travel hundreds of kilometers, who organize, who sing, who make stadiums come alive. And it's about a federation that sees them as a problem to be managed, not a culture to be celebrated. The war between German ultras and the DFB isn't over. 20 years in, there's no end in sight. But one thing is certain. These fans aren't going anywhere. Without them, there is no football.